Patricia Heaton, best known for her role as Deborah Barone on the hit sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond, has long been celebrated for her keen humor and relatable performances. The show became a household favorite, but behind the laughter, Heaton faced meaningful personal challenges that she managed to keep hidden from the public eye. As her story unfolds, we uncover the struggles she concealed while bringing her beloved character to life, revealing a side of Heaton that few have seen. Born on March 4, 1958, in Bay Village, Ohio, Heaton grew up in a family that valued the arts. Her father, Chuck Heaton, was a sports writer, while her mother, Patricia Heaton, was a homemaker. From a young age, Heaton was drawn to the world of performance, participating in school plays and developing her acting skills. After graduating from Ohio State University with a degree in drama, she moved to New York City to pursue her passion for acting. In New York, Heaton began her journey on the stage. She studied under renowned drama teacher William Esper and co-founded the Stage 3 acting company, which helped her gain recognition in the off-Broadway scene. Despite her growing reputation in theater, she faced the harsh realities of the acting world, struggling to secure steady work in television and film. Her persistence eventually paid off when she landed guest roles in popular TV shows such as 30-something and Matlock. Her big break came when she auditioned for the role of Deborah Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond. The casting process wasn't easy. CBS initially envisioned a more glamorous actress for the role. However, the show's creator, Phil Rosenthal, believed Heaton's down-to-earth appeal was perfect for the character. Her audition impressed Rosenthal, and despite CBS's initial reservations, she secured the part. This decision proved pivotal, as Heaton's portrayal of Deborah became one of the show's defining elements, earning her critical acclaim and securing her place in television history. Everybody Loves Raymond premiered in 1996 and quickly became a staple of American television. The show centered around Ray Barone, a sports writer living on Long Island with his wife Deborah and their 3 children. Its relatable depiction of family life, often inspired by real experiences, set it apart. The dynamics between Deborah, and Ray's overbearing parents who lived across the street created a perfect mix of humor and heartfelt moments that resonated with audiences. Phil Rosenthal crafted episodes based on real-life events, drawing inspiration from his own marriage and the lives of the show's writers. This authenticity was key to the show's success, as viewers saw their own familial quirks and conflicts reflected on screen. From arguments about household chores to the struggles of parenting, the show approached everyday issues with a comedic twist, making it both entertaining and deeply relatable. Heaton's performance as Deborah was central to the show's appeal. Deborah was the voice of reason in the chaotic Barone household, frequently exasperated, yet always loving. Heaton brought a natural, grounded presence that balanced the show's humor with real emotional depth. Her ability to portray both frustration and affection made Deborah a character audiences could connect with and root for. Her chemistry with Ray Romano and her sharp comedic timing helped elevate the sitcom into one of the most beloved of its era. While Heaton brought laughter and warmth to millions of viewers, she was also facing personal challenges behind the scenes. During the show's 9-season run, Heaton became pregnant twice. These pregnancies posed unique challenges, especially given the character of Deborah and the show's existing storyline. The pregnancies had to be carefully concealed or worked around, requiring creative solutions from the production team to maintain continuity without disrupting the character's arc. Incorporating Patricia Heaton's pregnancies into the storyline wasn't an option for Everybody Loves Raymond, so the producers had to find creative ways to keep them hidden. They came up with several clever techniques that allowed Heaton to continue filming without revealing her condition. One of the most effective methods was the strategic use of props. During the seasons when Heaton was pregnant, viewers may notice an unusual number of large objects conveniently placed in front of her, whether she was holding a laundry basket, standing behind a kitchen counter, or sitting at a table. These items served as visual barriers between her growing baby bump and the camera wardrobe. Choices also played a significant role. Heaton was frequently dressed in loose flowing clothing that concealed her changing figure. The costume department worked carefully to maintain Deborah's signature look, while also ensuring Heaton's comfort and concealment. Camera angles were adjusted as well. Directors avoided full-body shots and focused more on close-ups and upper-body framing. These techniques kept the audience unaware of Heaton's pregnancies while preserving the continuity of the character. Despite the physical demands of pregnancy, Heaton never allowed it to interfere with her performance. Her ability to maintain Deborah Barone's energy, humor, and emotional depth during this time spoke volumes about her dedication to the craft. She understood the importance of keeping her personal life separate from her professional responsibilities and remained committed to portraying her character with authenticity and consistency. Her work ethic and professionalism not only contributed to the smooth production of the show, but also solidified her reputation as one of television's most reliable and talented actresses. Behind the scenes, the dynamics among the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond were just as layered and nuanced as the relationships they portrayed on screen. Patricia Heaton, as the matriarchal figure of the Barone household, shared a particularly meaningful bond with her co-stars Peter Boyle and Doris Roberts, who played Frank and Marie Barone. These off-camera relationships helped shape the authentic family dynamic that made the show so resonant with audiences. Heaton and Peter Boyle shared a deep mutual respect. Despite holding opposing political views, Boyle, known for his liberal stance, often found himself in spirited discussions with Heaton, who leaned conservative. Though their beliefs differed, both actors handled these conversations with humor and respect, never allowing their personal views to impact their professional relationship. Their ability to separate political disagreements from their work ensured harmony on set and maintained a strong chemistry between their characters. This respectful dynamic was especially important given the frequent interactions between their characters. Deborah and Frank's on-screen relationship was central to many of the show's comedic moments. Heaton's reactions to Boyle's gruff, no-nonsense portrayal of Frank added a sharp and relatable tension to their scenes. The mutual respect they shared off-screen translated into a believable and entertaining dynamic that enriched the show's portrayal of a complex family. Heaton's bond with Doris Roberts was equally significant. Roberts, who played the overbearing yet well-meaning Marie Barone, wasn't just a co-star, she was also a mentor and friend. The connection between the two women extended beyond their roles on the show. Seasoned actress Doris Roberts, with decades of experience, often provided guidance and support to Patricia Heaton, who deeply admired her talent and dedication. Their bond was evident in their scenes together, moments that carried a natural chemistry and added authenticity to the show's portrayal of a complex mother-in-law and daughter-in-law relationship. The dynamic between Heaton, Peter Boyle, and Roberts had a significant impact on the tone of Everybody Loves Raymond. Their real-life affection and mutual respect translated into compelling on-screen interactions. Whether it was Deborah's exasperation with Marie's constant meddling or her frustration with Frank's stubbornness, those moments were grounded in genuine connections between the three actors. These strong relationships weren't limited to the main trio, they extended to the entire cast, fostering a close-knit environment that felt more like a family than a workplace. This ensemble chemistry became one of the show's greatest assets, allowing Everybody Loves Raymond to explore family life in a way that was both humorous and emotionally honest. Patricia Heaton's rapport with her co-stars, particularly with Boyle and Roberts, helped shape the show's voice and played a major role in cementing its place as one of the most beloved sitcoms in television history. Balancing a hit television career with the responsibilities of motherhood is no easy feat, yet Heaton managed to do both throughout her time on Everybody Loves Raymond. As a mother of four, she was constantly juggling the demands of raising a family with the rigorous schedule of a network sitcom. Early mornings were spent preparing her children for school, followed by long hours on set memorizing lines, filming scenes, and maintaining the energy required for such a high-profile role. This relentless pace called for incredible discipline and focus. Despite the personal sacrifices, Heaton remained deeply committed to both her home life and her work. That duality, being a present mother and a dedicated actress, mirrored the experience of the character she played. Deborah Barone, like Heaton, is a woman striving to manage the everyday chaos of family, while still holding on to her own identity. This parallel allowed Heaton to bring a raw, relatable realism to her performance. The weariness, the irritation, the humor, and the fierce love that defined Deborah were drawn directly from Heaton's own life. Viewers, especially mothers, recognized themselves in her. And that connection helped turn Deborah Barone into one of the most authentic and beloved characters on television. However, Heaton's life during Everybody Loves Raymond wasn't without its difficulties. In 2009, she faced a legal challenge when her former assistant, Jennifer Lee, filed a lawsuit against her, claiming unpaid wages. Lee alleged that Heaton had made her work extra hours without proper compensation, a violation of California labor laws. The lawsuit brought unwelcome public attention and contrasted sharply with Heaton's wholesome, family-oriented on-screen image. Although the case was eventually settled out of court, it served as a reminder that even the most successful public figures face private complications. This legal battle, while undoubtedly stressful, didn't interfere with Heaton's dedication to her craft. She continued to deliver standout performances on Everybody Loves Raymond, keeping her personal challenges separate from her work. Her ability to stay focused and maintain a high level of professionalism, even amid controversy, only strengthened the respect she commanded from both her colleagues and fans. Heaton's real-life experiences and relationships also continued to shape her portrayal of Deborah Barone in subtle but meaningful ways. Her strong connection to her own family influenced how she played Deborah's interactions with Ray and their children, adding emotional depth and realism to the character. The warmth, empathy, and authenticity Heaton brought to Deborah were clear reflections of her own values. Her experiences as a wife and mother helped ground her performance, allowing viewers, especially other parents, to see themselves in her character. Life during Everybody Loves Raymond was a balancing act, but one Heaton managed with grace and determination. The honesty she brought to her role made Deborah one of television's most relatable and enduring characters. Despite the challenges, both public and private, Heaton's commitment to her family and her work never wavered, solidifying her reputation as not just a talented actress, but a consummate professional. As Everybody Loves Raymond approached its final season in 2005, the cast and crew recognized they were closing the chapter on a groundbreaking moment in television. Ending the series after 9 successful seasons wasn't an easy decision, but creator Phil Rosenthal believed it was the right time, fearing that continuing might dilute its quality. For Heaton and her co-stars, the decision marked the end of a formative period that had deeply shaped their careers and personal lives. The emotional toll of the show's conclusion was felt by everyone involved, but especially by Heaton. After nearly a decade of portraying Deborah Barone, she had formed deep bonds with the cast and crew, and the idea of parting from what had become a second family was overwhelming. The final taping was particularly difficult for her. Known for her poise and professionalism, Heaton was so overcome with emotion during the last rehearsal that she lost her voice, a rare occurrence for the seasoned actress. The production team had to postpone the final taping by a week to give her time to recover, a gesture that reflected just how much the show had meant to her. Her emotional reaction wasn't just about leaving behind a character. It was about saying goodbye to the relationships, memories, and shared experiences that had defined nearly a decade of her life. The farewell was as much to the people as it was to the roles they played. Heaton later described the final taping as one of the most emotionally challenging moments of her career. Despite the sadness that came with the show's end, Heaton's momentum didn't slow. She quickly found new opportunities to showcase her versatility, most notably starring in the ABC sitcom The Middle, which premiered in 2009. In it, she played Frankie Heck, a loving but perpetually overwhelmed mother of 3, navigating everyday life in small-town Indiana. The show ran for 9 seasons, once again affirming Heaton's ability to bring warmth and authenticity to the screen and cementing her place as one of television's most beloved maternal figures. After The Middle concluded in 2018, Heaton continued to embrace new roles, including her lead part in the CBS sitcom Carol's Second Act, which premiered in 2019. In the show, she played Carol Kenny, a retired teacher who decides to pursue a new career in medicine. Although Carol's Second Act only lasted one season, Heaton's performance was once again praised for its heart and relatability. Her ability to evolve while staying true to her core strengths as an actress proved her staying power in an ever-changing industry. Patricia Heaton's performance in Carol's Second Act was well received, once again showcasing her ability to bring warmth, humor, and relatability to any role she takes on. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability, moving seamlessly from one successful project to the next. While Everybody Loves Raymond remains one of the most iconic roles of her career, Heaton's continued success in television proves that her talent and appeal are far from fleeting. The end of Everybody Loves Raymond marked the closing of a major chapter, but for Heaton, it also opened the door to new and exciting opportunities. As she looks back on her time as Deborah Barone, it's clear that the role holds a special place in her heart. Saying goodbye to the show was an emotional journey, but it set the stage for the next phase of her career, one that has continued to bring laughter and connection to audiences. Just as she did during her time on the sitcom Deborah, Barone resonated so deeply with viewers because she was both relatable and aspirational. She wasn't portrayed as the perfect wife or mother. She had flaws, frustrations, and vulnerable moments that made her feel real. The character captured the highs and lows of everyday domestic life, becoming a symbol of strength and resilience for many who saw their own lives reflected in hers. Heaton's portrayal gave Deborah an authenticity that left a lasting impact, not only on audiences, but also on television's broader depiction of women. Before Everybody Loves Raymond, many female characters in sitcoms were often written as one-dimensional or confined to stereotypical roles. Deborah broke that mold. She was strong, intelligent, independent, and fiercely devoted to her family. Heaton's performance showed that women on television could be both the emotional core and the comedic force of a show. This helped shift how female characters were written in later sitcoms, influencing a generation of writers and paving the way for more layered, realistic portrayals. Deborah quickly became a fan favorite, with viewers connecting to her struggles, humor, and humanity. Even long after the show ended, her legacy continues to thrive. Reruns, fan forums, and social media discussions keep Deborah Barone alive in pop culture. She remains a touchstone in conversations about family dynamics and the representation of women on television. If Everybody Loves Raymond were airing today, Deborah's character would likely be embraced even more strongly. In an era where societal expectations and gender roles are continuously evolving, her balance of family, personal identity, and emotional honesty would speak directly to modern audiences. Deborah's story, grounded in real challenges and small victories, remains timeless. Years after the final episode aired, Deborah Barone still stands as a beloved figure who continues to inspire, comfort, and connect with viewers across generations. And through it all, Patricia Heaton's heartfelt portrayal is what made her unforgettable.